Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here to give my opinion and commentary regarding the Black Lives Matter. Okay, first I'm going to say is I think it's great that we have a movement where the younger people is getting together and some of the older people, and we're deciding that we're not going to take all this abuse and we're fighting back. But I believe in peaceful protests. Right now, I'm kind of holding back on my involvement with it, and the reason is that when I see people in our community, specifically black men, and they're shooting each other down, especially in my state, we are going through such a crisis with men dying every day. I also been seeing like old ladies getting shot in the crossfire and kids, babies getting hit, and all this is unnecessary. So when we think of coming together on a cause, because and this is a serious matter. I'm never going to say that it's not, because it is, because men getting shot down in the street by cops is very unacceptable. Most of these people wasn't even doing anything. When we get it in our heads that we're not going to take it anymore in our community, maybe I can get a little more involvement in it. Um, I want to say also, young people, if you're involved in the Black Lives Matter, under no circumstance should you be tearing up your own neighborhood and burning stores and destroying property, because these are the neighborhoods that we have to live in. And we have to learn to preserve our surroundings. A lot of people don't want to live near us because, we have the connotation of being tearing up where we live, junky, hanging around in front of stores and that type of thing. And I think we need to clean up our own act. We need to clean up our own neighborhoods and make it nice for our children. Make it nice for the future generations to come. It's getting where they do not want us to live in their neighborhoods, and we have to do something about that. We don't have to force ourselves on them. We really don't. But when you walk down the street and somebody is approaching you or trying to rob you, or you feel uncomfortable, I have to be honest, sometimes I go places and I feel very uncomfortable. I just have to say, I really do. Because it's men standing on the corners, they're drinking, they're doing things they're not supposed to be doing. I am truly not a fan of us going in other areas, other states, and shooting these cops down. It's not fair. It's not fair. They're not the ones that did it. So why would you take somebody else's life over? We do things the wrong way. We're not thinking this thing through. We have to get together and really think this thing through in an intelligent manner, because all the stuff that we're doing, it's been done and it's not working. It is not working. And I'm not saying that you have to lay down and die like a dog, but somebody needs to speak up. I don't know what our church leaders are doing, but they need to get together with the young people. Like I said, it's not the guy's fault that got shot by the cops. It's not their fault. But the way we're approaching this thing is bound to fail. It's going to fail because it's been done, and it's nothing. I don't know what is it going to take for us to get it in our heads that we have to do things a different way. I think we need to get together and pray about this thing, because it's a spirit. It's a spirit to wipe all our men off the face of the earth. And I'm gonna say, if you sitting your behind on that porch drinking and doing stuff you ain't supposed to be doing, if you sit in front of that store and you just hanging around with your friends, that's not acceptable. Get your crap from the store and buy your stuff and go home. What you hanging out there for? It's nothing out there. It's nothing out there but death and destruction. That's all that's out there. My daughter is going to be 29. I tell her all the time, you have to be careful going in these stores. I'm to the point right now, if I go to a store and I see a bunch of guys hanging outside, I don't go in. Because I don't understand what the logic is of just hanging around. It doesn't make sense. And we need to get our act together, take care of our neighborhoods. We are not animals. We're not animals. But they have this perception about us because they watch the news. They always seeing what we're doing, and a lot of them just hate us anyway. And I'm saying this, I have people that will watch me of different races. I'm not against y'all or anything like that, but I'm just telling the truth how we're living in America, and it's a serious problem. I'm starting, I have family down south, and it used to be a time where everybody would say, "Oh, it's so bad in the north. Why don't we need to move down south?" I hear that it's bad down there too. So it's going to get to the point where we're going to get tired of moving away from our own people. We shouldn't be scared of our own people, and we need to come together and stop the foolishness and come with a real plan. And I want to tell the other people, especially white people in America, Black Lives Matter don't mean no racist thing. What we're saying is we matter, and maybe it should have been worded differently, but then again, people didn't really ask what it meant, but they just got in their head that it was something negative. But until we clean up our own act in our own neighborhoods, it's no hope for us. You can go scream and put your fists up, Black Lives Matter, but until them Black Lives Matter in your own state and city, it's nothing else that can be done. So this is my take on it. I feel that if people can organize this thing correctly, I think it may be a good idea. But it was a lady, she was out with her kids and she was marching and she got shot in the foot. Ladies, don't be out with your children marching. And I did it myself back in the 90s. Al Sharpton had come to the town where I was living, and I marched with my little girl. I didn't have any sense, but it was a peaceful march. But it's not something I would do again. So when you're taking up these causes, really think it through and find a nice way to do this thing to make it work. Because if you're gunning down cops, it's not going to work.